Hello everyone, I'm here with a new video for the One Night at Flumpty's merchandise concepts, made by me, because who else would it be? And now you might be wondering, One Night at Flumpty's, wasn't that fan game with the egg guy 5 years ago? How could there ever be merchandise of that? Well, that's what I thought, but there was this new project called the Fazbear Fanverse Initiative made by Scott Cawthon himself, where all these fan game makers are now getting their games ported to phones and actual consoles like the Switch and PlayStation and stuff. So, included in that is One Night at Flumpty's 3, which will be the third game after all this time, made by Jonochrome. So, I thought, wow, it would be fun to make concept art of what merchandise can come from this since Flumpty probably has the most original characters out of all the other ones. Because I think for like Five Nights at Candy's 4 and Pop Goes, yeah, they're original characters, but they're still like animatronic based. So, like for One Night at Flumpty's, they're like completely different characters. Like he's an egg, and then there's the clown, which I guess isn't very original, but there's all the other stuff. So they seem like the most likely to get merchandise, to me at least. I'm not sure. Maybe they'll just make Five Nights at Candy's merch for all I know. But the thing is that, like I'm saying, they might get toys and other merchandise as it says there. So I was like, you know what the heck? I'm going to draw some Flumpty concepts. And the reason why I drew them and not just got images was because, unlike the last video I did where I made ones for FNAF 6 with Scrap Baby and Scrap Trap and all of them, is because well, you can't really just take an image of Flumpty and have it make sense to be like, oh yeah, this is the action figure, because the only real pictures of him are in like the cameras and in the game. I guess I could have taken pictures from 3D models, but I didn't really feel like that would get the point across, so I just drew them, and then I don't have to worry about not crediting artists. So let's get into it. So first we have the action figures. Now, I based these all off of the Funko action figures, but mostly the old ones where they had to build a figure and, they actually cared about quality. So, yeah, we got Flumpty right here with his casual happy face, and if you're wondering why his arms are thick and legs, it's because like that way it's more plausible as an action figure design, even though really he just has like tiny feet and legs. So I just did it for action figure's sake. And for accessories, he has the hat that he has in the second game in that one camera. I also gave him the game over egg eyes, so just as a creepy detail, which I would assume he would have had done. Or I guess it's whoever kills you, but I don't know. And he also has an arm for a Build-A-Figure, which should become very obvious soon. But next we got Birthday Boy Blam, kind of the same deal with the thick arms. I didn't really know what to give him for accessories, so I just gave him the background elements of the smiling pumpkin and the rocket just because, I don't know, that would just be kind of cool to have. I thought about giving him like the monocle and pipe he has when he's Kevin Jr., but the thing about that is that I would feel like Kevin Jr. should be his own figure if he exists eventually, but I didn't want to make concept for a series 2 already because that would just be kind of dumb. But yeah, so he has the arm also. Then we have the Red Man, which I kind of really like this drawing because the Red Man's kind of a complicated design. But anyway, he has the iPad or egg pad, whatever's in the second game with the Red Man incoming thing. So I thought that would be a cool detail. And a bucket of lava because he's the man who drank lava and lived, kinda. So I just thought that would be funny, even though it doesn't really make sense why it's in a bucket. So yeah, it's pretty obvious I was inspired by Minecraft. But anyway, he's got a shoe, and So yeah, that's him. I don't really know how he would work posability wise. I think like the red sharp things on his end. I don't even know what to call that. I guess they would like rotate or something, and then I guess his legs would kind of just do whatever. Kind of like the Baldy action figures for like the principal, where the principal never really moves, but he still just has like certain articulation where it could happen. So I don't know, but next we got the Beaver, and there we see what the Build-A-Figure is, if it wasn't already obvious. So with the Beaver, um, he's just kind of chilling there. He doesn't have a toilet with him because I feel like that would be a bit much. He has the owl with him. I thought that would be cool, so the owl could be included in the set somewhere without being its own action figure, because that would just be dumb. And I also gave him toilet paper because that's what he always needs. It would probably make more sense if he had the newspaper that he reads in the game, but I don't know. I just thought I didn't think of that until I already did all the line art for everything. Um, and then we have Grunkfuss, or the main part of him, because I thought that would make sense, because since he has like the different colored limbs, he kind of seemed like the most able to like be put together. I'm bad with words today, but anyway, next we have Golden Flumpty with his creepy hands and face and cracks and eyes and everything else. Back at it again with the thick limbs, and I gave him the game over egg slicer thing from the second game. I also gave him the egg pad when it's in the loading screen. He doesn't really have anything to do with that, but like since you have to flip the camera to avoid him, I thought it would work. So yeah, and then when you build them all, you got your own Grunkfuss. Would you even want to build a Grunkfuss? I don't know, but you can, I guess. He just seemed the most fitting with his different colored limbs and how tall he probably is um when he's not on the ground. I guess it would make more sense if like you could slide his feet to be in a position to do that weird crouching thing he does, but I'm not entirely sure if that would even be possible. But yeah, so that's all the action figures. I got them all together here, like how Funko usually announces them, or how they used to at least, on their website. So I thought that would be cool. Um, but yeah, so usually I would end it here, but I actually made something extra of something I thought would be really cool. Of One Night at Flumpty's Mystery Minis. Now, this definitely had the Funko inspiration, even more on it, but Funko doesn't have a copyright on Mystery Minis, so really anyone can do it, but I don't know. I just think Flumpty Mystery Minis would be really cool, and I'd probably even like them more than the action figures, but I don't know. So we have 12 main characters and then 6 exclusives. Now, I do like having the cool rarities of the 1 in 36, 1 in 24, and the 1 in 72. But the problem is, unless you add more characters, that can't happen without some of them being 1 in 6. And the last thing I would want would be to have some as 1 in 6, because that's still, in my opinion, the dumbest thing ever, to have duplicates in the same box. So I didn't want that. But the thing is, I doubt any merchandise would come out like before the third game did. So I'm sure you could fit in whatever will happen in the third game in here. It's just like we don't know yet, so I didn't include it and kind of just improvised with what we had. So if we do a rundown, at first we have Flumpty from the first game based on his bluish color, which, sorry if the colors on some of these are inaccurate. It's really hard to tell what's lighting and what's just like how they change colors. So we got Flumpty, we got Blam, we got the Red Man, which I kind of based off the other model of him because I worked on the mystery minis before the action figures, but I think it looks good enough just to show as representation. Then we got the Beaver, we got the Owl, and if I had to guess if there were 1 out of 6s and 72s, Blam and the Owl would probably be the 1 out of 6s, and the Eyesore and Grunkfuss would probably be the 1 in 72s because they're the like crazier looking ones, I guess, or whatever. That being said, we got Eyesore, which is probably not at all the best representation of it, but you know, I tried. And then we have Grunkfist doing his crouch position I was trying to explain earlier, but didn't do very well. And when I first drew this, I had Grunkfist's eyes open, but I realized he doesn't do that until he shows up, so I kept them closed. Then we have Golden Flumpty, creepy as always. And then we have Kevin Jr., because I thought this would be the perfect time to put him in. And then we have the 3 kind of filler ones, I guess, but the last 3 would also swap out with the GameStop and Target exclusives because they're kind of similar. And for that, we have Flumpty from the second game with his hat doing that pose. Then we got Birthday Boy Blam in the hallway where he does that creepy face because that one's popular, so I'm sure people would want that. And then the last one, I'll be honest, I had like no ideas for, so I just put the owl on the toilet having its eyes closed because I don't know, that just seemed like an idea. But like I said, when the third game comes out, I'm sure there'll be like new characters or like new designs that would fit in better for this. And then for the exclusives, I chose GameStop and Target because not like either of those stores are reliable for merchandise these days because I heard that not a lot of GameStops are getting FNAF merch, but who knows, maybe since this is technically different, they would add it and see what people want from them. But yeah, so I thought it would be cool to make them the jump scare faces because I feel like that would just be a cool variant. So we got Flumpty's jump scare in the first game, Blam's jump scare in the first game, and the Beaver's jump scare, which I also gave the knife feet that he has in the hallway for. And those would be the GameStop exclusives. And then at Target, it would be the second game's jump scares of Flumpty, Blam, and then also I just threw in the owl because that's kind of interchangeable with the Beaver. So yeah, those are the designs. Basically, I really hope that Flumpty merch comes out in some way. These would just be like the perfect merch, I guess. Because mystery minis and action figures would just be so cool to have of a silly fan game, I guess. But I guess it really is all up to Jonochrome and the companies about what they do. But I hope that these at least like get ideas out somehow. I don't know how they would. I don't know who's watching this. Probably not anyone that can do anything, but I hope you guys just like the ideas cuz I think these are all pretty cool. So, thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video of whatever merchandise or animation drawing games there can be. Bye-bye.